A good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
Host of The Apprentice. You mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up. From what I read, I don't know, he didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden, you know. It's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So it's not a popularity contest. So, I don't know, I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Mr. President.
Breaking news, a very public breakup between the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, and arguably the most powerful man, President Donald Trump.
A fascinating and blistering war of words.
It is getting messier literally by the minute.
Well, it's crashing and burning right now.
Oh my God, this is insane. Elon Musk has just sent shockwaves across the world after claiming that Donald Trump is on Jeffrey Epstein's list. But that's not even the craziest part. According to several sources, Trump is allegedly protecting Diddy and is even considering pardoning him so he doesn't get exposed. And get this, that might actually be the real reason Elon and Trump had a serious falling out. After Elon found out what Trump was doing behind the scenes, he allegedly tried to leak the truth, but Trump cut him off immediately, revoked all his access, and pushed him out of the loop. Guys, brace yourselves. This story is beyond wild. And no, this isn't just about EV tax credits like some people want you to believe. It's about what Elon discovered. Some sources are now saying Trump has been secretly shielding Diddy from the public eye all along. Sit tight, because what's coming next is absolutely nuclear. Elon Musk may have just lit the match on one of the most explosive scandals of our time. Diddy, Epstein, and now Trump. And Elon is pointing fingers directly at the former president. Let's rewind a bit to understand the full scope of this drama. For months, far-right commentators, conspiracy theorists, and online truth seekers have been demanding the release of the full Epstein files, those sealed documents from the massive trafficking investigation tied to billionaire predator Jeffrey Epstein, who mysteriously died in federal custody back in 2019, just before he was expected to name names. But everything changed this week when Elon Musk, the world's richest man, dropped a bombshell during a heated online feud with Trump. Out of nowhere, Elon tweeted, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is in the Epstein files." That's why they've never been made public. There was no screenshot, no hard proof, just a cryptic promise. The truth will come out. And just like that, the internet exploded. People couldn't believe it. Some started questioning, were the Epstein files ever released? Didn't Trump say he would make them public? One clip resurfaced of Trump saying, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He likes beautiful women as much as I do, many of them on the younger side." So now everyone's wondering, where did Elon get this information from? For anyone paying attention, this wasn't a surprise bomb, it was confirmation. And suddenly, it all started playing out like a real-life celebrity feud. But things got even messier. Because now, rumors are swirling that Trump isn't just worried about being on the list, he's actively trying to protect Diddy, possibly even granting him a pardon to keep his name and secrets out of the public eye. And as we all know, Trump never misses a chance to show off his power. Sources now say he's allegedly diving headfirst into protecting Diddy, who is currently facing serious federal charges, including racketeering and trafficking. Against all odds, Diddy might be getting saved by an unlikely source, Trump himself. Also, he stays silent. Yep, you heard it right. Even with scandals piling up around Diddy like a hurricane, whispers have been growing for months that Trump may swoop in with a pardon. And now, Trump has openly said he's willing to help his old friend, yes, the same Diddy he once publicly called a good friend. And now the plot thickens. According to a spicy Rolling Stone report, Diddy's inner circle has been working overtime behind the scenes, making some serious back-channel moves, and this is just the beginning. Diddy doesn't even like Trump, but hey, desperate times call for desperate moves, right? Word on the street is, Diddy allegedly tried to blackmail Trump to avoid getting caught up in his own legal chaos. Now, insiders say Diddy's team has been working overtime behind the scenes, getting friendly with key Trump insiders just in case everything blows up and they need to beg for a pardon. Think of it like secretly building an escape hatch before the whole mansion catches fire. So far, there's no hard proof that Trump himself knows the full extent of these back-channel conversations, and he hasn't said a single word about Diddy's criminal drama publicly. But a few senior figures in Trump's orbit, reportedly nervous. This is too hot to touch nervous. Everything was quietly moving along, until 50 Cent caught wind of the alleged plan. And let's be real, 50 Cent was never the type to sit quiet, especially when it comes to Diddy. The two have had beef for years. And now 50's literally producing a documentary exposing Diddy. So when he heard rumors of a possible pardon, he went straight for the jugular. In classic 50 fashion, he made it public, letting the world and Trump know he wants zero presidential favors heading Diddy's way. He posted on Instagram that Diddy said nasty things about Trump in the past and made sure Trump saw it, but he didn't stop there. In another post, 50 went full psychological warfare, reminding Trump that he never forgets disrespect, and basically told him to stay focused on making America great again, and not get distracted by any sympathy. For Puffy Daddy, that wasn't just shade, that was a calculated strike. But here's where it gets messy. Because Trump and Diddy, they weren't always enemies. Back in the flashy days of the 90s and early 2000s, they ran in the same circles, New York elites, moguls, red carpets, popping champagne in the same rooms. Trump was the real estate king and reality TV icon, while Diddy was building the bad boy empire and making waves in fashion and TV. In fact, in a 2012 episode of The Apprentice, Trump casually called Diddy a good friend and said he'd always stick up for him. And when Trump launched his presidential run in 2015, Diddy told the Washington Post that Trump was a friend who works very hard. But by 2020, that bromance crashed and burned. Diddy went full political, endorsing Biden, warning of a race war if Trump got reelected, and telling Charlemagne thank God that white men like Trump needed to be banished. His number one priority, get Trump out of office. And now, 50 Cent is making sure Trump doesn't forget how hard Diddy turned on him. Diddy's drowning in legal battles. Trump might be holding the key to a pardon. And the hip-hop world has turned into Game of Thrones, where power, revenge, old friendships, and reputation are all on the line. This isn't just celebrity gossip anymore, this is real-time political chess, and everyone's making their move. Even Trump, when asked recently, tried to play it cool, saying, "I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me, but when I got into politics, things changed. I've seen some nasty things," he said. But hey, it's not a popularity contest. I'll look at the facts. If someone's mistreated, I'd consider it. And just like that, the game is on. Whether they like him or not, Trump insists, it doesn't matter, it wouldn't change anything. But no matter how distant things might seem today, Trump and Diddy go way back. We're talking all the way to 1998's Velvet Rope elite era. Back then, Trump was a flashy real estate mogul and front and center at Diddy's iconic 29th birthday bash, even appearing in the official video invite, calling him the legendary Puff Daddy. But what once looked like just another star-studded party may now be part of something much darker. Those once glamorous, exclusive Diddy gatherings. They're currently under federal investigation for alleged blackmail, trafficking, and covert surveillance. And guess who was reportedly a frequent guest at these invite-only, hush-hush events? That's right, Donald J. Trump. Just when it feels like this drama couldn't spiral any further, Elon Musk enters the chat. Insiders say Musk, who once stood shoulder to shoulder with Trump, recently uncovered what's really been going on behind closed doors, and now he's bailing fast. Allegedly, Elon discovered Trump's deeper ties to Diddy's so-called secret world, and now he wants no part of it, not the parties, not the cover-ups, and especially not the new legislation Trump's quietly trying to push, which Musk reportedly believes is connected to protecting Diddy. Behind the scenes, sources claim Trump is scrambling, terrified that footage may surface from those notorious parties. Yes, footage. The same parties Cassie, Kid Cudi, and other high-profile names have all hinted at in their stories. Rumor has it Diddy secretly recorded everything, not for nostalgia, but for leverage. And now, Trump may be moving in silence to protect his once good friend before that footage, or the fallout from it, hits him directly. Meanwhile, the trial is a bombshell. 4 weeks in, and the courtroom is packed with jaw-dropping witness after witness. Cassie Ventura, Diddy's longtime ex and a star witness, gave gut-wrenching testimony describing years of abuse, manipulation, and those infamous freak-offs adult-themed parties that are now central to the federal case. Other big names, like Kid Cudi and Don Richard, have taken the stand, exposing more about the twisted dynamics inside Diddy's inner circle. But this isn't just about wild party stories. Prosecutors have introduced allegations of kidnapping, even arson. They're painting a chilling picture of a criminal empire built on intimidation, silence, and fear, with Diddy at the center. His legal team is pushing back hard, claiming nothing illegal happened and insisting Cassie and others consented to everything. But the jury, literally, is still out. Diddy remains behind bars as the trial races toward its final act, which is expected to conclude just before the 4th of July. A dark twist, given all the talk of freedom, power, and presidential pardons. So now, the questions hang heavy. Will Trump really risk his political capital to save Diddy? Will Musk expose what he knows? And if that rumored surveillance footage exists, who else is on those tapes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to watch our other videos so you're fully caught up on all the latest tea. Until next time, stay tuned and stay alert.